Hello again, how are we? So one of the rides was Air, now Galactica. So that was the first ride. So I'll show you the rides. So obviously it was Air at the time, peeling off already, look. This was a nice wooden lit up feature, but it's now just a bit of cardboard. So yeah, it was Air back in the day. We do miss Air, but it's now Galactica. So that was the first one of the rides. We'll go over to the next one, and even that one's gone. So here you go, here she is. There you go. So that's, it's still Air to me. So on that note, see you in a bit. Ta-ra. Hello again. So another ride with Nemesis. Not this Nemesis, not the one that was reborn. So yeah, did that the 13 times. Filled the scorecard out like I showed you. I think she's coming. Is she coming? No, not quite. Oh, there she is. Evening. I'll get you some more off-ride shots as well. When she comes, anytime, everything's under control. Here she is. Classic. Hello again, how are we? Evening. Here's where the iconic photo shoot happened. Just here and outside the test seat, not actually on the actual ride. But to be fair, if you see old pictures of this area back in the day when Rita was actually the queen of speed, it's criminal what they've actually done to it, really, to be fair. Messed it all up and all sorts. Not good. So yeah, Rita was the other one. I'll go over to Oblivion now for you. So yeah, and here's your test seat that I had the iconic photo on. So there you go, back in the day, nearly 20 years ago. Ta-ra! See you at Oblivion. Ta-ra. Hello again, how are we? Evening. Is the final ride, Oblivion. So without this, I probably wouldn't be here now. So this is what started it all off. Thinking back in 1998. Just went on this, and then the rest was history. And then it just got more and more and more. So 98, then followed Air's construction. And then in 2003 went to Florida for the first time. So here you go, here it is. So there you go, holding on the drop brake now. So yeah, so it was Air, Nemesis, Rita and Oblivion. You know, 52 rides in a day, 13 on each. And if somebody says, could you do it again? Probably not, to be fair. I'd have a good go, but it'd be hard work, I think. Very hard work. Especially queuing each time. There you go. And on that note, I shall now transfer you over to the Dean that's in the gardens. And I will give you a stern warning. It's a 40-minute clip, and obviously what you've already seen here. But I'll put the rides in first for you, and then I've just done a 40-minute clip from start to finish. Hopefully it's all right. But I'm going to cross live over to him now for you. But before I do, I'm going to give you about a few seconds to get yourself a cup of tea. Got to strap in on this one, I'm afraid. So hopefully it's not too bad for you, but strap in and hope you enjoy it. So it is the story of my lifetime pass from start to finish. 2007 to 2026. Ta-ra! Crossing over knife now. Ta-ra! Hello again, how are you? Got a fly. Hello, how are you? Something a bit different this one. So yeah, this is the full story of my lifetime pass. So I won it back in 2007 when Alton Towers did a thing called Adrenaline Week. And I think within all that, they did like a promise where they would guarantee you get on 3 rides in a day, minimum. So, because it was that quiet. I've never known it so quiet then, because nowadays you don't really have any quiet days. Not anymore. So that was in 2007. It was in March, and the idea was, I think it was meant to be the person that rode the most rides within the week, Monday to Friday, I think it was. There was a set date. I'll put that in for you. I've got the scorecard there for you. But it turned out it then changed to the day, just on the day. So I thought, right, and it was just a matter of going into Towers, number 1 Tower Street, get you that, and they were just lying around on the top, on the desk. They didn't really plug it, to be fair. It was just like a student competition that very few people even, I think, entered. So when obviously on the bottom, it just said that they recommend you had a 10-minute break, and you had to enter the queue each time. So I went for it. You know, I thought, well, you know, you used our ERT, and I think I stuck, because you got out of the rides, obviously on that thing, you got Air, Nemesis, Rita, and Oblivion, and I did 13 on each, because I tried to fill the scorecard out, you see. And they had little stamps, but I think the stamps were broken or they got lost, so staff just had to sign it. But I started off, I think, with Rita. I think that was the newest one back then, because that was 2005. This was run in 2007. So yeah, so I did them all. I think I did, within the ERT, did 13 straight away. There is a couple of videos on the channel of this, so I'm going to try and squeeze it in, or not what I've already said, basically. I'm going to try and cut out. So did 13 Rita, Air took the longest, and Nemesis the other one. So yeah, did all them, 13 on each, 52 rides in a day. And then I obviously handed it in and thought nothing of it. And then I think I emailed them asking, just on the off chance, how would they know that you'd done it all in a day? You know, because there was no way, rather than doing it all in a week, because it was in the day, how would you know? Because you could have just put in loads of them, and you could have done it over the week, but it was over the day. But so I tried to fill the card out and not go over, because if you were recommended a 10-minute break, I didn't really want to be penalised if you did too many. So I emailed them that, and then bizarrely they emailed me back saying I'd won. So yeah, and then I came here for a photo shoot. I'll put them pictures in there for you. They wouldn't let me on the ride. It was too busy in the front row, so we had to use the test seat. I'll go and obviously there's a few bits and bobs before I've shown you this of the rides. So I'll go over there first, which you've already seen. I'll go over to the actual rides and get you a bit of footage first before I've shown you this. And then what you got. So yeah, so it had to use a test seat, but I'll show you the condition of the test seat that it's in currently. Oblivion was quite quick to do as well. So did all that, got a couple of fit pictures. I don't know whether I actually got them, but I don't know where they are, but I know I've got a digital. We've made. There must be somewhere. I think I've got, and we got them. Me personally got them printed off, actually onto camera paper. Back then, it was actual camera paper. God. So yeah, so that was that. So at the time, this was when it was transitioning from Two Swords to Merlin. But in 2007, I think that's when it actually happened, at some point anyway. So when it happened, it was Two Swords at the time. So the prize was just for here. It was an Alton Towers lifetime pass. Right, so this is where it gets a bit complicated. So I thought, right, so I'd already bought my Two Swords pass back in the day. I think it was only 70 quid back then. And so then I thought, right, because I've now got Alton Towers on that, would any of the other parks help me with any discount or anything? So I just thought, I had emailed Chessington, because I got involved with their Chessington challenge that year, which was doing challenges on different rides, which was, quite good that they did. We got to do it twice, different bits and bobs. So I thought I'd ask the question, and they offered 50% off. So then I fed that back to Alton Towers, and then they offered me a lifetime Two Swords pass, which said in the amount. I might even put that in there, heavily redacted. I can probably sort that. I've got the image anyway. So which we'll come to that later, because that does mean a lot, as you'll see as it's gone on. It was all right initially, but obviously I'm going to explain that to you now. So yeah, so that was the email I got, which obviously I kept away from certain people here, because obviously, as you'll understand, different bits, they just didn't. I had to play my Brucey card at some point. I'll go through that, right. So start at the beginning. So that's when I got it. So, but then when I got it, there was one single pass called the Merlin Annual Pass. So there was no difference. It was literally Alton Towers only, or an annual pass, Merlin. Then eventually, as Merlin became the holder, they thought, right, we'll mess about with all the annual passes. And then this was a long story of just generally messing about with annual passes. We'll start to charge parking, etc., etc. So then the premium annual pass was launched, as well as the standard. So they'd offer me a standard pass for life. That was the premises. And then I'd upgrade, which you could upgrade back then, to from about £35, and then slowly that became up to 50, before obviously stopping totally. And then I upgraded to premium. So I did that. We are on, aren't we? I hope we're on. We should be on, because I've turned the setting on. So I'm trying to make this. I don't want any mess ups in this. So yeah. So then the premium goldish pass was introduced. Paid the £35, and obviously me being me, I noticed that obviously they slowly crept that up. That it was just a public upgrade fee that I paid. So I thought, and you could do this back then, would upgrade a year in advance. So obviously, if they'd up the cost, I'd put another 12 months on my pass, even though I didn't need it. The systems would let you back then. So I did all that. So obviously you'd pay £35, and obviously if they put the price up the next year, you'd got the savings that year. Obviously, there was another, because this is where you got all of the silly comments, as I call them, coming in. Every time I tried to get them renewed, it's like, but we can't do that, sir, in case the price goes up. But you don't do that in a supermarket. You don't go into a supermarket, buy a bottle of milk, and then it's like £1.80, but then that company then puts the price up, and then they send you a bill. It doesn't work like that, does it? But I think that's one of the comments. You know, and then that's a running trend we got. These silly running comments. I mean, one of them was made out that I've won a lifetime pass, but then obviously the girl was told, we're not going to do this again for you. You know, it's crazy. I think they were on about the price, not the actual thing, but then it did turn out that they weren't going to, but we'll get to that, like I say. So go and have a cup of tea, because it's a long one. I might not have any battery or storage left by the end. So where are we? So we've got the standard, premium. I'll try and paraphrase it and we'll get gone, because I need to show you all the other rides, but you've already seen them, haven't you? So right, no more waffling, right. So, yeah, standard, premium, and then that worked for a long time, to be fair, because they didn't change the passes. There was 2, job done. And this is where it started getting technical, when they added the extra 4, when there was Discovery, and then a silver, and then a gold, and then your platinum. So this is where it went funny. It was fine up to then. Just before then, we obviously had COVID, didn't we? And because I'd already paid in advance for the time, I had to contact them. If I didn't contact them, I'd lose the time on the pass. So obviously I had up to this. Then I won the Merlin lottery, because they gave you extra time. So if your pass expired or it was valid through the time when they were shut, even though they were open for other bits, but the parks were shut because some people only had them for parks, they ended up giving you 8 months, and I won. I got the full 8 months on the Merlin annual pass lottery. That was for COVID. So yeah, but obviously they nearly didn't do that, but then I obviously again got the screenshot, put that in there, and quite quickly that disappeared for normal public people. But obviously if I hadn't done when I would renewed or how it worked, I would have lost the time that I'd already paid for, so to speak, and that, you know, and getting the 8 months on there. They nearly didn't want to put the 8 months on. It's not like, yes sir, thank you, 3 bags full, sir. No, there's always got to be an argument. This is the thing, you've always got to have an argument. You know, it's never just glimmer, again, just never just glimmer of customer service in an otherwise barren wasteland. There's never glimmer there. It's always, what are we going to face this time? So yeah, so that was the COVID, and then obviously then I think not long after, that's when we became an issue, because we had not essential, it is essential now, but we had Discovery, silver, and gold, I think it was, and then platinum. Within all that time, one point I had a silver, and then Merlin Annual Pass were trying to find a way around it to get it like on a monthly plan that would never end. But obviously things were happening. I got a free one, and then all of a sudden all hope stopped, and that's it. So I don't know what they were trying to do, but again, I think some people think that they were giving it free, and then these people here, again, like I say, they want every penny counts, even the penny. So obviously at some point they just won't, they say I wouldn't say the word deserve, but they still don't believe, they just can't, because how much they're brainwashed regarding every penny counts, they just don't see the niceness to go, right, we'll give you all of that for free, because they just can't. There's some bitterness of it. From what I see, from what I've been treated, because you've got to bear in mind this has been going on for 17 years, and I've only had one like glimmer of hope in an otherwise barren wasteland over it all. Just a pain in the bum, you see, every year. So we got the 4, and again, I think, and then I emailed, this is when I emailed 3 people. So I emailed all my contacts here. One person I emailed about 3 or 4 times and she never replied once. So that's like, this is where you know, you're hitting yourself against a brick wall. It's a shame, really, you know. And what you've got to bear in mind, obviously, yes, people might go, well, you've had a fire alarm incident, you're always negative in your videos, but that didn't exist then. The fire alarm was very recent, probably 2 years ago, and that's about it. There's been nothing else, so to speak, so I don't know why. But like I say, money. They're not interested in giving you something for free, are they? Which is a shame. And unfortunately, that then, I turned the tables. So because I used to buy a toffee crisp and a Coke every visit. So now I go to Tesco and bring it in, you know. But I always used to buy a chocolate bar and everything. So, and I've obviously been visiting years, you know. First time on Nemesis was 96, you know. So yeah. So obviously it works both ways, but that's how I just do it now. Because obviously everybody I've spoke to says, why can't they just give it you for free and stuff? I know they're a business and stuff, but that's what I get back from, you know, feedback from other people. You know, it is a bit petty, and I don't know where it's come from, to be fair. You know, they just can't seem to, you know, it's like they get brainwashed. Like a cash refund in this place is like the last thing, no chance. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where it's come from. So obviously you try. So I emailed 3 people. This was when it became 4 passes. Emailed 3 people, and then finally a 4th person came. There's always like a silver lining in this. There's always somebody that wants to help. There's like some people in the background that go, no, don't help him. And then there's always like a knight in shining armour or a maid in shining armour that wants to help, you know. And I think it's just constant politics inside, and obviously for different things, you know, different decisions in the park. So I think it makes this different thing, you know. So when it was 4, obviously I emailed these 3, and a 4th person emailed me back, and we're getting somewhere then, because I actually got contact. He wanted to have a chat with me, asked me for my phone number, and I asked for a premium, and he asked me how much I'd have been paying for the platinum. This was when the platinum was started. So I was paying like £50 for premium at that point. So the 35 had gone up to 50 for everybody, and then that's when it went to 4. That's when you stopped being able to upgrade. So if you paid for your pass or outright, you couldn't upgrade. No way of doing it. So if you weren't on the highest, whatever you wanted for that 12 months, they wouldn't let you do it. Because I think this is where it went all in out of house. Again, because they don't trust the staff. So they lock the systems down. You can't get them on site. Or I think it went to a SESO passport, so to speak. Try and have a quick swig of my drink because I'm parched. So, got me there. Hold on. Yeah, we're getting there. Right. So yeah, four passes, and got this shining knight in armour. Had a chat with him, and they agreed. Again, £50 for a platinum pass. Okay, so we got that, but then by the time I needed that, it'd gone. That's another issue. How the fast-paced staff turnover. They just don't keep the staff. But luckily, somewhere, obviously by chance, there was some form of, I think I had an email anyway, but they had some form of email communication internally and because it was on that, they honoured it. Again, it's only, you know, it's like one person says something, the other person says, no, you can't have that, even if you got something on there. But yeah, they did it. So £50 the first year, platinum pass, the black one, the new black one, what we've got now. So that happened, that was for that one. And then this is where it started getting silly. So obviously that one came to an end. And then I think then, I don't know how I ended up, yeah, then I think I got my free one. But then obviously somebody thought that that wasn't the case from what I understand. You know, or didn't want allowed. So I got a free one the following year, and I got the silver. And then, but then to get that silver, yeah, and this is when I went into the box office to Inu, and Mr. Red, we'll say, that's not his name, but we'll say Mr. Red, just to change it. But it is a colour, but I won't say. So yeah, and then this is where I walked in, and they said no, not even no Merlin, not even an Alton Towers only. Nope, we're not doing it. So right, awful. I felt absolutely physically sick. You know, it was awful how they treated me then. You know, and obviously then I did have again a knight in shining armour that's 50-50 that wanted to help, but then offered a pass based on till buttons. So this is what we can do. There's never been any bespoke offers, so to speak. So I was really disappointed in about that, because obviously this was towards the end. It's only just started. But overall, it has been a nightmare. So it was like £50 on that. No, it wasn't. So it was. No, they said no. So that was it. So they said no, both to nothing, absolute nothing. So no Merlin, not even an Alton Towers only. We're not doing it. End of story. That's what they said. Not doing it again. So then obviously, that's what I got. I got an email quite quick from somebody in the know. But it shouldn't be like this. You know, why has somebody gone, said, oh, you know, why not, you know, no. So yeah, so I felt physically sick, awful. So this is, me explaining this was probably, you understand why some of the thoughts of Alton Towers comes across in the videos, so to speak. So yeah, so I got offered 50%. This is where I'll play my card, because that was 50% on any of the passes. So there was no free one now. So I thought, so I played my Boosie card, and obviously in the text was obviously Two Swords pass, you know, lifetime pass. So they've got to at least give me one of them, you know. So we got to that stage. So that's when I had my silver. But I just didn't know where to turn, or you know, it just felt rotten, absolutely rotten with it all. So, and then I think we had a meeting about it all finally. But it's not up to me to do the meetings or anybody, because no one wanted to. This is the main thing. No one wanted to deal with it at all. So not for me. But and this is another thing. I sent them emails telling me what I wanted to keep, what access I wanted, you know, to keep access to all the parks. And again, that was all ignored, because it's like we didn't want to. There was no bespoke anything. It was literally what a Joe Public could get, and that's it, basically. So yeah, so obviously, to cut a long story short now, well, I think we had the meeting, and then it's basically what it is now. So it's now on a case number, and even then, the alarm bells go off, which I'll tell you what happened this time. So I've used the case number twice, I think, since it's been put on there. So the first one was all right, and that was 100. So I got So in the Knight in Shining Armour, one of my videos went quite viral, and they kept it down to 50 for 1 more year, and then they want it to, again, just lowering the benefits and putting the price up. You know, it's not like, oh, you come a lot, we'll keep it down for you. And then if they did that and just give you a gesture of goodwill, I'd spend more. But because they don't, and they just want every penny, and just, it's crazy. So obviously then, like I say, it works both ways. So then it became, so at 50, that was a gesture of goodwill, we'll keep it at 50. And then obviously no way of doing it online or anything, and then only a selection of people know how to actually change the price, you see. And alarm bells go off in HR or, you know, the banking team. Why have you put this coupon through at £139? Because it's not, apparently it's not just Merlin Towers' money. That's then split into pennies and pots and half pennies and shillings and all sorts, and it goes around the whole estate. You know, so it goes everywhere. So that £139, wherever it's gone, isn't just going into Towers' pocket, and then all the alarm bells go out, all the lights in box office go red and everything. So I love to know how they explain that in the morning. So that was that 50 quid one. Then it went to 100, which is basically the difference between, so this is where we are now, basically, because I'm not going to keep you on any longer, because I know you've got bed and you've got your tea to make and stuff. So yeah, so we've got, it was Discovery, so you can have the basically here for free on its own, just that, or the lowest of what there was, Discovery, and even now that's changed to Essential. So, and then it's the difference between Essential and Gold, which works out, it was about 50, I think, on the old prices, but I won't go about that. I'll go about what you've got now. So it's renewal rate, so free Alton Towers only, free Essential, which is 139. So then it's the difference between the renewal to the price of Essential to upgrade to Gold, which it works out at 50. And then currently it's 90. So from last year I saved a tenner. So I don't think I've done too bad, but still over 20 years of very poor customer service over it. You know, whether they begrudge doing it. It was always never a Merlin competition. They were telling me it was, Alton Towers did it themselves. They chose to do it, so it was never a Merlin. So it's never been a Merlin issue, so to speak. So, but it's just a shame that obviously when you're a fan of the park and you've not really done anything wrong, because like I say, fire alarm was only 2 years ago. And if that was wasn't really an issue, I just monitored a fire alarm for 4 years. It wasn't really an issue, was it? I was monitoring something publicly for 4 years, so which is perfectly allowed to do, isn't it? But you know, if obviously things weren't fixed or whatever was happening with it, you know, that's not my problem, is it? I was just reporting on it. So yeah, and that was it. I don't think there's anything else that would have triggered anything. So yeah, just general rubbish really when you pop in, and no one really wanted to take control of it and go, right, he's going to come back in 12 months time. That's another thing. I did try and get them printed for years on end. It worked, but then eventually they got deleted. But you'd go into pizza and pasta. Yes, I did actually pay for pizza and pasta back in the day. I would have. It was about £8. But then you'd show your pass, and it was like having 2050 on it, because I got Legoland at one point to print me a pass that said 2050. It let me in, but then they check the expiry date, because they want that again. You had to sign for the pass, the money off. They look at it, gone out, and then they ring up. And then it caused hell down here, because they keep ringing up every time. So I had about 3-4 different times where they'd ring up saying we've got a fake pass down here. So obviously then that quite quickly stopped. So then it became, just renew each year, basically. And obviously I've had a good few questions of, can you show me what it looks like? It looks exactly like any other pass. I've not had any other different pass. It looks no different to what you would get normally, because it's just the same. There's no, unless there's a date on it that I'm on it, like I say at Legoland, it just said 2050. It worked for a bit. It would let you did the scanners and everything. But when you come to actually use it as a discount, people would flag it, so to speak. And even if it had a bit longer on there, they just go, well, it's fake. How have you managed this? You edited the card and stuff. So that quite quickly stopped, and we'll just have to, change your photo every year, blah blah blah, everything. So that's where we are now. So yeah. So it's 90 quid to upgrade from an essential, or 50 quid from a gold, or just have an Alton Towers only one. So I always go for a platinum, because I don't use the most of it, to be fair, but I only use it for the fireworks, you see, because obviously now that I dread to think what they're going to be this year, because I bet they'll be about 30 quid if you've not got a pass. If you've not got platinum, all the other passes don't include it, you see. So because it was about 25 last year. So yeah. So hopefully that's not been a bore fest. That's basically a quick overview. Well, this clip is 31 minutes, so I'm going to need to have to shut up because I've got no storage on the phone. But I'll get you the other rides like you've already seen, but I've not got them while I'm talking to you. And that's basically it, where we're currently at. So next year will be the anniversary year of 20 years. So hopefully, if somebody at Towers does watch this, please just let me walk in there and know exactly what to do. I know there'll be new staff members, but at least put it up somewhere. Put me on the dartboard or somewhere, so you can chuck back darts each year and just remember. I don't know, just something, But now it's on the case number, it's not so bad. But I say that, and then straight away, pushing it straight down. Alton Towers only pass you after then, is it? Yeah, no. If you read it, I have 4 options. But again, all of them straight away go for the lowest option. It's like they're trained to get, if you're giving something away, you get the bare minimum. That's what annoys you. High price, poor product. That's the thing. That's what really annoyed me this time. And then even then, within all that, they did say, oh, we're just sorting out how to do it, as if they're going to change exactly what they're going to give me, because it's already changed how we're going to do it. And I says, but you can't keep changing your minds on what you're going to give. He says, oh no, nothing to do with you. You'll still pay. You'll still be the premises of that. It's just because it's just our end. Well, mate, tell me that as well as, not just say, oh yeah, because they've changed again. We've got to see what we're doing on it. But the way they're made out is if they've binned off the terms that they gave in the case number to then re-evaluate again. And I mean, it's not good. They just change their minds, but they can't change their minds, year on year, But the way it is, hopefully it stays, and it just somebody knows about it, because it's just hard work, And hopefully for the 20th year, I walk in there, here's your case number. I even gave them the case number, and they says, are you sure it starts with a 9? Yes. Oh no, the normal ones start with a 1. And so here's the next thing is, I can't get that case number because it's internal, you see. They won't email me that in case there's any, oh, we hate him really, blah, 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 I guess. But I want that hard copy, you see. But I've tried, and I don't think, because it's an internal one, it's not emailed me the actual notes, you see. So, but I've got other ways, other paper trails on Merlin letter-headed paper and stuff, you know, to kind of fight if I need to. But it's a shame you have to, isn't it? You know, because I guess when they put it out, I thought, yeah, do it as a gimmick. Somebody will only use it for 2 years. We won't lose any money on it, you know. But here we are 19 years later, and I'm still using it. But yeah, it's a shame. It's really, because I just believe any other park, you know, just plucking one out the you know, Europa Park, you'd be a little bit more welcome than this place. It's like, yes, you've won it, now clear off. We're not bothered really. You've got your pass, that's it. No, but you know, it works both ways, doesn't it? You know, but that's how I feel about it all. You know, it's literally, right, here you go. You know, even the last person that did it knew how to do the voucher. Says you're one of a kind. Well, if I'm a one of a kind, you know, treat me a little bit more respect. You know, regarding, you know, it's changed again. Just the silly comments. You know, you come in, you're never going to get one of these customers again. Just have a bit more respect. It's crazy. It's like I said, because you can never remember. I'll always remember the girl that said, I'm going to end on this. You know, I come in, got a lifetime pass to renew, and then obviously the people above says, we're not doing this again for you. So that gets relayed down and says, we're not doing it again for you. When I've just said it's a lifetime pass, you've got to do it again for me. And on that note, I'm going to leave you there. So I might get you other shots on it, but I think that's about it. So hopefully you've enjoyed that one. It is a bit of a rant, but it's a deep dive like Sean's vlogs, deep dive, and I'm obviously not going to just do it in my bedroom because I don't want to. So I thought we'll come to the gardens and we'll do it here. So 36 minutes, but quite easy to edit. So I'm going to bash the other bit clips on, and that'll be it. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's a brief overview, 36-minute brief overview of where we are and how it's all come about. You know, not great, so to speak, shall we say, but that's the length where we're at now. So hopefully going forward, 20th year, we can walk in there and go, can I renew please? Yes you can, sir, thank you very much. And then that's it, that's all I need. But like I said, it took 5 members of staff this time, so something's gnawing down there and it's really annoying me. So on that note, I'm gonna go. So I hope you enjoyed it. So hopefully we can meet in the middle and obviously cross off the last 19 years of hell really on it all, and here's for the next 20. But yeah, no, jokes aside, hopefully it does get better, because it means a lot to me, and I don't think it means a lot to them. That's the issue. That's I didn't need to do this video. I've just said, nailed it on the head. It means a lot to me, but I don't think it means a lot to them, which is a shame, isn't it? And on that note, I'll leave you with that one. Ta-ra. See you on the next one. Ta-ra.
La de bom bom. La de bom bom, la de bom bom.